And we're going to take some quick notes today. Just a recap of exponents. Essential question, what are the three rules of exponents? And so we're going to go over the three rules right here. First one we're going to go over is the product rule. Product rule. And so for product rule, let's say we have a problem like this. Let's do number one. 4x squared times by 2x to the third. So we know this is product rule because remember, product rule has to do with multiplying. So we're multiplying these two numbers. Now, because remember there's an invisible multiplying here and invisible multiplying here, we're multiplying everything. So what we're really doing, you can go and write this down. We're going to take these two numbers and we're going to multiply the two. And remember, those are called coefficients. Coefficients. We're going to multiply those two coefficients. And then we're going to take our two exponent numbers and we're going to bring those together as well. We're going to multiply x squared times by x to the third. And so all of these are getting multiplied together. Now, I know how to multiply these. We've been doing that since third grade. 4 times 2, that's 8. These ones we just learned. If you remember correctly, when we multiply numbers with the same base, we have to add their exponent. Because really there's, and I'll write it out for you to see, there's 2 x's here, there's 3 x's here. So total we have x to the fifth. So 8x to the fifth is our answer there, 8x to the fifth. That's how we do number one. Now, outside of the product rule, go ahead and put a line underneath it. We also have the quotient rule, and that says something like r to the eighth. Let's do 6r to the eighth over 3r squared, or 3r to the second. Go ahead and write that down. As you remember, we have to divide the coefficients still. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. And then we're still going to subtract our exponents. So r to the eighth, r to the second. So that's going to make r to the sixth. R to the sixth. That's the quotient rule. We learned those two before. And then the most recent one that we learned, go ahead and put one more line. This is the power rule. Power rule. So I want to be able to have all the rules in one page for you. So here's the power rule. Power rule looks something like this. C to the fourth parentheses squared. C to the fourth parentheses squared. Remember, this is what tells us it's power rule. When we have a number, parenthesis, and then a number, or exponent, parentheses, and another exponent. And so if we remember, what this really means is that we have c to the fourth 2 times. 2 times. C to the fourth 2 times. Which we know what c to the fourth times c to the fourth is. That's like having 4 c's on here, 4 c's on here. So total, we're going to have c to the eighth. And the shortcut was that we could just multiply these. 4 times 2 is 8. So that's the shortcut. 4 times 2 is 8. And then we looked at a problem like this one. 3x squared to the third. 3x squared. Oops, sorry, hold on. Let's rewrite that for you. Parentheses 3x squared to the third. Sorry, put that 3 in parentheses there. 3x squared to the third. Now we said we multiply the outside exponent to every exponent on the inside. So this x becomes 3 times 2, x to the sixth. That's pretty easy for most students to multiply. Here's where the mistake comes from. We have to multiply it to the exponent of 3. Not 3, but there's an invisible 1. So it's 3 to the 3 times 1, and that's 3. 3 times 1 is 3, so 3 to the third. And now 3 to the third, we can figure that out. That's 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. So the final answer is 27x to the sixth. 27x to the sixth. Good. So I just wanted to have a page of notes that had all 3 rules on there. What are the 3 rules of exponents? That's our essential question. And so down here, we can write product rule, which is add exponents. We have quotient rule, which is subtract exponents. And then lastly, we have power rule, which is multiply exponents. Good. Make sure you have those. And those will be your notes for today.